Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead Q&A video for today. In this one, we're going to start with me giving my thoughts on the new synopses for episodes 1 through 3 for The Walking Dead Season 7. And of course, spoiler warning, all the usual stuff if you're not caught up for Walking Dead. So in this one, the synopses for episodes 1 through 3. I already gave my thoughts on the title for Season 7, Episode 1. It's called The Day Will Come When You Won't Be. It refers back to Jenner. Check out the video. It'll be in the description with regards to the link. So you guys can go ahead and check it out. Episodes 2 and 3. So these are new, and they're posted on the Wikia now and everything, so you can check it out. Episode 2 is called The Well, and Episode 3 is called The Cell. So the synopsis for Episode 1. Rick and his group kneels helplessly before Negan and his group. What Negan does will haunt those who survive forever. So yeah, this is going to be huge, and I'm interested to see if this is going to be the biggest or the highest rated drama episode of a drama series ever. I would not be surprised if this one shattered all the records and everything. It should be nuts. Of course, we've been waiting all summer for it. We pretty much know what's going to happen. I've done throwback reviews for issue 100. I got one scheduled for today for you guys for issue 101. So check that out on the channel later. It'll be up in a couple hours. In that one, basically, it's a throwback review to what happens in the comic book series version after the Negan kill. So in that version. And I think it's a good thing to go over now because, of course, we're getting close to that. We're going to see them cover that content in the, of course, television series adaptation, next Sunday. So it should be good. So check that out, guys. It'll be in the channel in a couple hours, 101. So self-explanatory here, not much insight needed to be provided. It should be an incredible episode. It should be one of the most brutal, one of the craziest episodes ever done in a series, and I think everybody's going to be buzzing about it afterwards, and all the usual stuff for Walking Dead, what we can expect, I think, and maybe even surpass our expectations. We'll see. The sneak peek looked really good, so I'm assuming the premiere is going to be incredible. So the next two, kind of interesting, The Well, The Cell. So episode 2, The Well. For a number of familiar faces, a new, well-established community seems too good to be true. So for a number of familiar faces, a new, well-established community seems too good to be true. I'm not sure which community this one's referring to. Of course, we have Alexandria. It's not new. We have the Saviors and their home, the Sanctuary. We have the Hilltop, which we got to see, which it's fairly new, but, And then we have the Kingdom. So I'm wondering if the Kingdom is going to come in episode 2. That's the part that's from the trailer. You've got Ezekiel. You've got the Tiger, of course, Shiva. You've got Morgan. You've got Carol. They are heading towards the Kingdom. So it'll be cool to see if they show up in episode 2, and that's the new community that this is referring to. Or it could be that the Cell. The description for that says, a new group of survivors seem to have it all in their impressive community. However, there is a price. So that to me sounds more like the Kingdom. So I'm not sure if the Kingdom is going to be in both of these episodes. We'll have to see. Either way, I can't wait to see Ezekiel. I can't wait to see the Kingdom. Should be really good. And the price. So from some of the sneak peeks, there's a Journey Ahead sneak peek. It sounds like Negan, and we're going to find out that Negan has other communities under his thumb as well. So he's got Alexandria now with Rick and the others that he's breaking in right now, so to speak. He's got the Hilltop. And then, of course, in the TV series version, we didn't know up until now whether or not he has control or he has sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? He has control, but he's got under his wing, so to speak, dominance over the Kingdom as well, too. And the there is a price part of the description here, for me, makes it sound like he does. It makes it sound like for the TV series version, just like in the comics, Ezekiel, the Kingdom, as badass as Shiva, the Tiger is and everything, he's still already over the Kingdom, it sounds like. So it's going to be really cool to see how they kind of show all of this in the TV series and how you get all these different groups that are all kind of funneling up to Negan for his protection type of deal, like a mob boss. It's going to be great, man. So the only one I'm not sure of is The second one, The Well, for a number of familiar faces, a new, well-established community seems too good to be true. We do also know as well that we're going to have Simon lead some kind of attack, which is in the trailer, against the Hilltop. So I wonder if that'll be in episode 2, and then maybe episode 3 will be the Kingdom. We'll see how it's all spread out. But, man, it should be an awesome first half of the season. Looks like it's going to be really brutal, really exciting to start. And then after that, it should just continue on forward with some great storytelling, everything, and a pretty good mid-season finale. Really excited to see what they have for the mid-season finale, because we don't really know anything about what they're going to include from the comic book series for that, so that should be good. We'll do a couple more Q&A questions for today, and then, of course, we'll see you guys back for the 101 Throwback Review. Next one's from Stride Crafter, and he says, "Hey, Trev, because Season 7 has been confirmed to have 16 episodes, adding it to 83 episodes that we currently have will take it to 99 episodes. That would mean the Season 8 premiere will be episode 100. So do you think they will do something special for it, like All Out War, or start the New Beginning storyline, or have something completely new? I found this interesting and wanted to hear your thoughts. Thanks." So for Stride, yeah, I think so, dude. If you look at what Kirkman does, pretty much every time he gets to some kind of milestone, he does something special, or at least something to grab everyone's attention. Issue 100 of the Walking Dead comic book series is what's converted into the premiere that we're about to see, and it's one of the most brutal deaths in the comic book series, maybe the most brutal that there is. And it's definitely something that when it was released in comic book form, the internet did explode for it. It was nuts, because I was doing reviews for it when issue 100 did come out and everything. And people in the comments and everything, they just went crazy. It was absolutely craziness. So for next year's premiere, I do have high expectations, and I think it might be the biggest episode ever. We'll see. But this premiere is going to be nuts too, so we'll have to see what they set up for it. But knowing Kirkman, knowing who he is, hearing all of his interviews over the years and everything, his writing and everything he does, I would say that probably episode 100 should be something really big. Yeah, I would think so, yeah, definitely. Next one's from Johnny Raincloud, and he says, LMAO, Trevs, do you dye your hair, buddy? If so, why? Just curious, in brackets. And I almost don't even want to answer you, Johnny. You know how people say no question's a stupid question? Well, okay. So if you're going to do something, Johnny, you got to go all the way, my friend. No half measures. We don't take half measures. Have you seen Breaking Bad? Anybody seen? Nobody? Bueller? No half measures. If you're going to do something, you got to go all the way. If you're going to do some Negan speeches, you got to go all the way. If you're going to do a parody, you got to go all the way. No half measures. That's all I'll say about that, Johnny, so I hope that's good. Next one's from Rick Grimes. He says, Trev, do you read all of our comments or just some of them? So here's the deal, Rick. One of the Rick Grimes accounts, because there's like 30 of you guys or so. I mostly do. I mostly do go through most of the comments. Now, at this time of the year, I will admit, I am backed right. I've lost. I was for months. I was reading everybody's comments and trying to communicate as best I can with you guys. However, now it's all crazy, because all of a sudden, in one day there'll be like 300 to 500 new comments. And no, I don't have time to go through all of that. But yeah, for Q&A questions and that too, you guys can send them to me throughout the year. The best time though is when it's not so busy, because then you have a better chance of them getting picked. And also, my apologies if I don't pick one of your guys' Q&A questions. It's not because I don't like you, nothing like that. Sometimes it just works out. I'm making a video at this time. I have these questions that I see, and I just grab the ones I think will be good for the videos. Yeah, and then we have Jay Green 5 who says, "That's awesome, Trev. Do you think we will have another one of these for season 8?" He left this in the parody trailer that I did for season 7. I don't know, man. I don't know if I've got another one in me for next year, man. That was a really, really hard video to make. And I'll have to see if I've got the ideas. Because if the ideas are there, like if there's some cool stuff I can think about doing, then I'll probably do it. But if the ideas are not there, then maybe not. So, yeah. And last one's from Mr. Rowe 98. He says, "Hey, Trev, how gory do you think AMC will go with the Negan kill scene? The comic version is arguably one of the most brutal graphic novel and horrifying deaths I've ever seen in a comic book. So do you think they will translate this brutality over to the show? Been a big fan since season 3, and I hope you are as excited as I am for season 7. So, of course, Mr. Rowe, maybe that's topic for its own video about the brutality. We could go into it, that kind of thing, and what they can do, what they can't do. But just to quickly go over it, and in this video, I think Nicotero's going to rig a dummy, and I think he's going to pump it full of all kinds of stuff. And I think he's going to, like, have it explode. Maybe eyeball popping out of the socket or something. Who knows? But I think it's going to be probably the most brutal thing ever. Yeah, I mean, because the thing is like, if you've seen Game of Thrones, there are instances where people's heads get cut off. And you see things like this, and it's brutal, and it's just horrible, and it's really, really scary. But this is something to fear. This is even more because this is a blunt weapon. It doesn't end clean. It doesn't cut clean. This is beaten to death with a blunt weapon, so with Lucille. So it's pretty hard to say that almost anything is as brutal as that. I mean, there are maybe, I don't know, you'd have to think through. Maybe some of the stuff Ramsay does in Game of Thrones is a little bit more brutal, flaying people and stuff. I don't know. But for Walking Dead, this is probably going to be as brutal as it may ever get. We'll see. And that'll be it for today's Q&A, guys. We'll see you back soon for the 101 Throwback. If you guys like this one, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share. If you got a Facebook you wouldn't mind sharing through, I appreciate it. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to see tons more Walking Dead videos this year, almost every day I'll have a new one for you guys. Some days too. It depends. Then you can subscribe at the bottom left. I'll see you guys soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya. You can share, you can favorite, you can subscribe. Hell, you're all going to be doing that.